the Twitch meta. Now, the meta in Twitch, when it comes to trying to get views, has changed so much over the years. You know, from initially, Twitch was just a gaming website, and all you could really stream on it was just gaming. And then, you know, the metas over the years have shifted from different types of games to play. And then in recent times, it's kind of shifted into a little bit things that, you know, I would consider to be a bit weirder. For a long time, well, not for a long time, but for a bit there was the hot tub meta. And the hot tub meta, even though it wasn't really that big for all that long, and even though it got its own category, it really hit stride for probably what was the most publicized meta and one of the most criticized metas ever in Twitch's history, because it raised a lot of concerns and questions when it came to a lot of their policies. You know, and then the ASMR meta was big for a little bit as well. That has gotten its own category as well on Twitch. But it seems that these metas have kind of died off. And even now, if you go into Twitch itself, and we'll do that right now. There we go. I'll go into Twitch. Now, just remember, this is not prime time for like the US. I do live in Australia. Right here, it's now like 10:21 p.m. as the moment I'm recording this video. So, you know, the views are probably a little bit less because America, you know, when it comes to, they would be the ones to consume the most media out of any other country. So right now, ASMR, they're sitting at 11.5K for views. And then the pools, hot tubs, and beaches one is only sitting at 5.3. Now, these were previously all in just chatting, but then they were given their own category so they could move out of just chatting. And just chatting could actually be people sitting there talking shit or just reacting to a lot of videos. But now there's a new meta, and a lot of people have gotten riled up about this new meta. With people getting an uproar about this new meta, it's definitely warranted, because this meta it's wild, and it is starting to bring up a lot of concerns back into the Twitch TOS. And you know what? I don't blame the people for that, because it's fucking true. Now, I'm going to show a clip. I don't know who this guy is that's reacting to it is. For some reason, I'm getting the clip from Dexterito. They haven't really credited the guy reacting to it, more or less. But it's not really too much about the creator. But if you know who the creator is that are reacting to it, let me know in the comments. But he's reacting to a creator called Morgpie. Now, a little bit of context about this chick. She does do OnlyFans. So that would probably give you a little bit more context into, you know, why she would be doing something like this, and, you know, to try and promote certain websites. Now, that's nothing that's too bad, you know. If someone has an OnlyFans and they want to promote it, that's absolutely fine. But the way that she's going about it is quite wild. So here's the video, and then we're gonna discuss this, go into Twitch's terms of services, and also look at what other people have been saying about this on Twitter as well. So here's the video. I'm also going to probably have to blur it just a little bit, just because it is YouTube, and YouTube, you know, takes things a little bit more seriously than Twitch does. So here you go.
What is this meta?
And also, like, anxious today. You know what I mean? Titan, thank you for the tier 3. Thank you. I just want to relax today, so I don't really have any, like, sub goals or anything.
So, as you can see, but like I said, I might have to blur out just the bottom of her stream, because, like I said, YouTube is very, very strict when it comes to certain things, you know, showing even a little bit of cleavage showing, or even certain things that you say. So we're going to go through Twitch's TOS in a second. I'm definitely going to have to blur out certain words, because, like I said, you know, it is very serious when it comes to YouTube showing and talking about certain things. Obviously, a lot of people in their uproar are saying, like, you know, this shouldn't be allowed on Twitch, and there's a lot of people saying that who fucking cares, well, blah, 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 blah. But then I was like, you know what, I want to go into Twitch's TOS and their community guidelines to really see if she's, you know, breaking any sort of, like, terms of services. And when I started to look into things, to no surprise whatsoever, she clearly is. So first, we're going to look at before we look at the community guidelines, we're going to look at Twitch's terms of services, which you have to agree to whenever you make a Twitch account and whenever you start posting content. You have to agree to these things, or your account can get terminated. So right here in section 10 of Twitch's TOS, so Twitch has got, like, so many different sections of their terms of services, and in section 10 is their prohibited content. And on the first line of prohibited content, it says that you're not allowed to create, upload, transmit, or distribute or store any content that is, and then it goes to say inaccurate, unlawful, infringing, blah, 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 and then pornographic. And obviously, when it said pornographic, pornographic is kind of just, a little bit more straight, very broad of what that word means. And I wanted to really get, what's the actual real definition of the word pornographic? Like just so I could get down to the exact nitty-gritties of everything. So it says constituting or resembling pornographic or obscene. So obviously, then, once again, we have to go look at pornography. So the definition of pornography is printed or visual material containing the explicit description or display of sexual organs or activity intended to stimulate sexual excitement. You can't tell me that her standing there with no top on, just the camera just above the camera line just above her nipples to show her cleavage and her breasts, and then whenever someone subs or does fucking whatever and she starts jumping and them titties start jiggling, you cannot tell me that in any is not an activity that intends to stimulate sexual excitement. It clearly fucking is, because you say the whole free the nipple 100%, but women's breasts have been deemed sexual for a very long time. Even to these days, people get aroused over female breasts, and her jumping up and down and her breast jiggling like that is, her jiggling a sexual organ, and it's intended to stimulate sexual excitement. That is clearly breaching their TOS. And then you go ahead and you look at their community guidelines. So in the community guidelines, there's 4 different sections that deal with sexual content when it comes to Twitch in the community guidelines. It's got sexually explicit content and sexual services, sexually suggestive content, adult nudity, and attire. And we're gonna look through mainly suggestive content, because this is kind of what it is. This is not full nudity, because like I said, she is kind of covering it a little bit, which is probably the main reason why she's allowed to kind of get away with this. Well, and when I say get away with it, I really mean she's getting away with doing this. But the suggestive content is where it is, and this is what they say. So to ensure content on Twitch is appropriate for diverse audiences, sexually suggestive content is prohibited on Twitch. This is definitely suggestive content. Jiggling your breasts up and down without wearing a fucking top is 100 oiled up and everything. You can tell in that clip, she's fucking oiled up. She's 100% oiled up. That is suggestive content. For example, you may not engage in content or camera focus on breast, buttocks, or pelvic region, including poses that deliberately highlight these elements. She is literally standing there in front of the fucking camera. The camera is so much there's so much focus on her breasts. They highlight these elements that is clearly breaching her community fucking guidelines. And she's not the only one to do this as well. You might think that this is maybe this is just, her doing this. How can this be a meta? No, there is actually multiple people who are doing this. There's 2 other creators. This chick I have not seen at all before, but then also this other chick right here, her name's Asian Bunny, at least from her Instagram handle in the right top fucking corner. I saw a clip of Kai Cenat reacting to her, where she was clapping her breasts together, and they were making a clapping noise. How is that not sexually suggestive? He's 100% sexually suggestive content. And then obviously, whenever something like this goes around on Twitter and goes around on the internet sphere, you're going to have a lot of people's different opinions on this. And I'm going to acknowledge a few opinions. I looked through Dexterido's 4 top quoted tweets. So first off, the most one right here is this chick right here. She retweeted this saying, brace yourselves, the incels about to lose their minds and act like women are ruining Twitch for the whatever amount of times. People aren't mad because someone's ruining Twitch. People are mad because, someone is breaching Twitch's guidelines, Twitch's TOS, and they are getting away with it. That's why people are mad. Like I said, I literally just pointed it out. I gave you examples of how she's breaching community guidelines and breaching Twitch's TOS, and Twitch is doing nothing about it. That's why people are mad. That is 100% why people are mad. Not because they're incels, not because women are ruining Twitch. Now, there are people out there who say that women are ruining Twitch, and those people are incels. That you can 100%. But majority of us are mad because she's literally breaching guidelines, breaching terms of services, and Twitch is doing nothing about it. Now, we go and look at quoted tweet, and this guy makes a very, very good example. Now, obviously, when he says, first off, he says Twitch when a VTuber shows a little bit of skin, banned. Now, I don't know too much about that. That one I can't really comment on, but it wouldn't surprise me if that has happened. VTubers are, obviously, a virtual character and they're not, a real person in front of the camera, but I don't know if that's actually happened, so do let me know if that's actually happened. Twitch when a woman is literally bare ass naked in front of the camera. This is fine. That is 100%. And he goes on to say, seriously, I do not care if you allow softcore porn on Twitch or not. Just be consistent. That is 100% true. That right there is 100% true. Is that they are very inconsistent with their bans. One person that I used to follow, well, I still do follow, I watch his videos here and there, I like to watch a lot of clips from him, is Dr. Disrespect. To this day, we don't know why Doc got banned off Twitch. We don't officially know why. And they just straight up banned him and didn't give a fucking reason. There's a lot of people on Twitch who were banned for extremely stupid fucking reasons, suspended for stupid reasons. And then there's people like this who they're just allowing dumb shit to just pass through. So that is also another reason why people are extremely mad about this, because they are inconsistent with their bans. Either allow it all or don't allow anything at all. There is also this fucking chick as well who is just an absolute dumbass, like an absolute fucking idiot. She retweets this saying, do straight men even like women? And then replies to it saying, imagine seeing one of the most beautiful women alive and thinking, this is awful and never want to see this again. Okay, bro, more for me, I guess. It's not that we don't want to see this. We don't want to see this on Twitch. If I want to see this, I go to the hub. I go to the hub, I go on a cam girl website. We don't go on Twitch to go look for chicks standing for cam girls. We don't go on Twitch for cam girls. We would go on cam girl websites. We go on 18 plus pornographic websites for that. We don't go on Twitch for shit like this. We go on Twitch to see people gaming and people who are in just chatting, trying to, actually interesting and actually giving, their two thoughts about a certain subject or reacting to a certain video or doing something somewhat interesting. People that I watch Asmongold. I like Asmongold for a lot for his gaming, but I also like Asmongold for his reactions, because when he's doing just chatting, he doesn't just sit there, watch a video and do nothing. He gives his sense about that certain topic, about the certain video, even whether it's a funny video, whether it's a serious topic, he gives his 2 cents. If you watch his YouTube videos, he'll turn a 20-minute video into like a 41-hour video because he likes to give his 2 cents about it, and it makes it somewhat entertaining. That is the reason why we go on Twitch. And then the last one right here is from Shoot on Head. She's a big YouTuber. She's almost got like 2 million views. She talks a lot about a lot of political stuff. She makes a very good point as well. She said, why doesn't Twitch just make an 18 plus site? Which is kind of, I'm saying they could just go to another site. They do this on Twitch because the market is already saturated on actual porn cam sites, which is 100% fucking true. They won't stand out. They can find a larger and younger audience on Twitch. What I'm trying to say is these whores should be banned. Now, obviously, she comes on a little bit strong at the end. I'm not sure about the word whores, obviously, I mean, you could say that if you want to call her a whore. That's definitely up to you. I don't want to get into that shit. But she makes a very good point of why they don't go to cam girl websites, because they're saturated with all these girls. Where on Twitch they can get away with it, and there's not many people doing it, so they make like this new sexual meta. And it just seems like every single time that there's this new like sexual meta on Twitch, it just keeps pushing and pushing the Twitch TOS even further, to the point where they are getting away with more and more and more. One point that I think that she makes as well, and a lot of people have made, is about the younger audience that's on Twitch. And there is 100% a younger audience on Twitch. And you can be like, oh, but Donnie, these people can age restrict their streams. They could say that they're an 18 plus streamer. But you really think that's going to fucking change it? You really think? And you could say the same thing when it comes to like, pornographic websites. But they are literally, pornographic websites, and they are required for you to be 18 on their websites. And if you are not, well, that's not their fucking fault. But on Twitch, Twitch is a little bit different. Twitch is meant to be a family-friendly website. Pornographic websites are not made to be fucking family-friendly. They're not made for children. They're literally not made for children. Where something like Twitch is meant to make is made for a diverse audience, like they mentioned in their community guidelines. It's meant for a diverse audience, people of a lot of ages. Now, I'm not a big person for, for kids to really be on the internet. You know, I definitely think that, you know, kids should be monitored by their parents or by their guardians on the internet, because the internet is, you know, is definitely a dangerous place. And, you know, it's not really somewhere for kids. But, you know, something like this should definitely not be on a website like this. And if you can't age restrict something like this necessarily, because kids can just go on the website and just put in a different birth date and say they are like 18 or say they are 21. You can't fucking tell me that you haven't done that. You can't tell me that when you were young, when a website or something asks for your age, that you fucking lied about it. How many people? I remember so many people when I was younger, you know, because when I was younger, Facebook was a big thing. You know, not so much anymore. But, you know, when Facebook was, you know, the main social media app and the main social media website, you know, when I was growing up, I was like, you know, around like a 10, 12, 11 or something like that. You had to be, I think it was like 13 or a certain age to be able to make a Facebook account. I think it was 13. And there were so many people who would lie about their age just so that they can make a Facebook account. They would like lie about it by a couple of years. Same with Steam. Steam asks you for your birthday whenever you go to, like, you know, go onto a certain game that is, you know, age restricted. And you can just lie on that too. One thing that I think that Twitch should do, and I think that a lot of, you know, websites are starting to go towards this, is that if they really want to age restrict certain content, is that you should have some kind of identity proof where you have to send in a picture of your license, your driver's license, to be able to show that you are of age. If they really want to keep sexual content on their website, they have to do something like that. If they don't want to, and they don't want that whole, like, having to verify how old you are through a driver's license or through some kind of, you know, any type of like ID, whatever, passport, birth certificate, or a driver's license, whatever it may be. If they don't want to go that way, then they have to get rid of they have to stick to their community guidelines about sexual content. But they are clearly not. Like I said, if it wasn't in their community guidelines, I wouldn't give a shit. If it was just like, hey, you can show a little bit of breasts, you can show, you know, some sexual content, just don't show your nips, your vag, your ass, or your peen. You know, just don't fully show everything, but you can kind of, you know, like I could show my shaft, and that would be fine. You know, if Twitch allowed that, if Twitch in that TOS and community guidelines is fine, I wouldn't give a fuck. I honestly wouldn't care. You know, I wouldn't really give a shit. But they're literally breaching community guidelines and TOS, and they are just blatantly getting away with it. They are literally getting away with it. It may not be to too many views, but the thing is that, like, you know, I think Twitch has allowed way too much over the years, and then they've also been inconsistent with their bans, like that first tweet said from this guy from Caramel, where he mentioned about Twitch being inconsistent with their bans. That is another reason why I am also annoyed about this situation, because they are extremely inconsistent with who they ban. Extremely inconsistent, and it's just shit to see. But yeah, this has been going on for a while, like this whole Twitch guidelines, you know, the new meta and all that stuff. But this current one's just relatively new, and it's definitely bringing, you know, all this to another limelight, and just, you know, what should and shouldn't be allowed on Twitch, and just, you know, yeah. So let me know what you guys think about this whole situation down below. Let me know if you agree with me or not about, you know, if they should be banned. You know, they are clearly breaching TOS, so I mean, but yeah, do you want to see this kind of content on Twitch? Do you not? Yeah, just let me know about your whole opinions about this. I really want to see what people actually say. But yeah, that's it from me, guys. Peace out.